Also, you can consider integration of yourselves when you're talking about light language and soul messages, okay? So what do I mean? Integration of selves. You are multidimensional. We talked about that. You have other versions of you. We talked about that. So certain versions of us are closer to us being comfortable with knowing that part of ourselves and drawing it into this now, aligning it with this now, connecting with it, us, that version in this now. I had this with a Native American version of myself. 2019, that came into play for me. It had been set in play for years prior, but that was the year that it aligned in and I integrated. What does that mean? I did it in over time by just inner knowings. I was drawn to certain spaces on the planet that were connected to this. I was drawn to the Grand Canyon for years. Like, why do I want to go to the Grand Canyon? I love it there, but I have family and friends that think it's boring. But I was drawn there for years. I was drawn to Sedona. I've been drawn to that area, and that there's a lot of Native American tribes and reservations out there. I mean, they're all over the planet in different spaces, but there is a area out there that I feel I'm connected with personally, my lifeline with Earth. And I say with Earth because you have many others. So, and I also have another version of myself that I believe is Arcturian and feminine, and the Native American's a man, by the way, a masculine energy, and then the Arcturian is a female. And I also have connections with an understanding of a celestial, angelic version of myself. And there's more, but all of these versions come in through signs and confirmations that we don't necessarily see as directly related to these versions of ourselves at first. But if you keep your eyes open, all of them, and your heart, you'll start to pick up on stuff more and more when you're having these signs and these certain synchronicities and confirmations happening that are leading you to finding more of you. That's how I look at it. And then once I started picking up on that, I began to want to connect more. So I utilize meditation. And again, I talked about this earlier. It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be shut your mind off and be completely still, even if your nose itches. It doesn't have to be that way. I realized what I do is active meditation, and many of my group energy transmission sessions, I realized I'm teaching people to do active meditation. And I didn't know I was doing it at first, but now I know what I'm doing. I know a little more about what I'm doing. Putting titles on it, I guess I would say. I always trusted what I'm doing, but I mean, now putting titles on it that others can relate to. But meditation, I think, is a very powerful way to integrate in multidimensional selves. So you're basically just pausing the outside activity. You're pausing it. It can still be playing and doing its thing, but you're not interacting with it wholeheartedly anymore, right? You're taking a moment to interact with your inner being. And that is where, in my humble opinion, all dimensions lie. And heaven is, and all these spaces that we connect in with is within. And it is the door. And that's where we can connect with our multidimensional selves. And so if you want to do that, you can just go into a space, whatever works for you, whether it's gazing out of a window and just contemplating your multidimensional selves. If you're super not into meditation, that's okay. Or you can close the physical eyes, which is what I like to do. Listen to some music you like and that relaxes you, and just look. Yes, your eyes, your physical eyes are closed, but you are looking, actively, legitimately looking with your inner eye, your inner knowing, your heart, into the void in front of you that you see when you close your eyes, right? And you're looking into that, And you're allowing your imagination. Yep, that's actually a real great tool for getting to know yourself. It's not a game, it's not child's play. It's a highly sensitive, very powerful, higher dimensional tool that has been, a lot has been said about it to degrade its power, really, and kind of make it into, oh, that's just your imagination. Well, just your imagination is a massive energetic door to opening up to more of your understanding of who you are. Inner knowing is another term if you prefer to use that. Envisioning, another term you can use, but you're looking into the void and you're envisioning, you're imagining, you're connecting with your inner knowing to being open, sensing, feeling with your being more of you. And listen, pause the rest and listen. Listen. And the messages come. And don't judge how fast, don't judge how much, just allow and show up for yourself. And it doesn't have to be rigid and every single day for 1 hour. It can be, here and there for 10 minutes. Eventually, as you expand consciously, and many may already be there, you live it. And you don't have to necessarily close the physical eyes to remember your wholeness and live in your quantum. You have integrated it fully into the physical now as much as is the inner now, the outer now. They're all becoming one. So that is a space, though, that you can go to begin to integrate with multidimensional selves. Maybe I'll do an entire class on guiding people in to meet their multidimensional selves and how to cultivate that space of connection. That might be a good idea. So, but for now, understand that the soul messages are coming from these spaces within you. Light language comes from these spaces within you, comes from the spaces as we go closer to God. And they are to uplift, they are to edify, they are to strengthen, they are to bless, they are to heal, they are to free, they are to liberate, they are to be that which is for your greatest and highest good in the moments that they occur. So if there is a pre-programmed concept of fear, you can allow it to go if you choose, because it is illusion. It is an illusion in a sense that this is a loving connection with your being. It's not here to hurt you or freak you out or anything like that. Remembering you're sovereign and remembering that you hold the intent that you only are connecting with your highest light, the messages of your soul, right? There are people who channel or say they channel other beings and they can do anybody. And I'm not saying they don't. They are. It's legitimately there, but that's their intent as well. They also feel that that's their calling, right? They're here to do that work. And you may be one of them. My daughter can speak to just about anybody and anything and can bring forth messages. But she also has learned that she can also invoke her sovereignty. And so she has done that, and she only aligns with that which is coming from the highest light and is intending the greatest good. And that is how she functions. So keep that in mind as well. I feel that's important to keep in mind when you're talking about opening your being up to release messages that come from beyond this now version of you. Yes, that you are aligning with your wholeness, that you are aligning with God and that which is for the greatest and highest good. And that's all that you need to do to put that into a reality for yourself, that intention and that alignment. Again, you're sovereign. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And if it's not happening as fast as you want it to happen, try letting go of that concept and flipping that perception and see what happens then. Perceptions create reality. What we focus on expands. If for some reason you really want light language and it's not flowing the way you want it to, go in to that perception that says it's not enough and flip it and say, it's everything I need it to be right now. It's everything I need it to be right now. And just when the old thought comes up that says it's not enough, I want more, it's everything I need it to be right now. And I'm okay with that. And being at peace in that moment with what it is in that space opens the door to everything it will ever be. I know we say this a lot, but it really does work. And it's very powerful understandings of focus, of intention, and conscious living. I will leave this at your feet, all of you beautiful beings, all you beautiful divine ones. I will leave this at your feet and allow you to pick up the pieces that you feel would benefit you, that you feel align with and resonate with your being and your journey. Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Do you feel to tone, but only just a note to close the session and anchoring the energy you brought? I love Tanya. She always comes up with the best things for me. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. That's a wonderful idea. Okay, I'm going to tone. And I'm not going to cap it. I will speak and tone and sing. How about that? And this will be intended to bring forth the anchoring of the energy of this information shared in this space. Yes? So if you choose to, you may intend to receive. Hiana Shoea, Teniana Takawa, Teniana Takoa, Tono Tukoea, Jeniana Tasawa, Jeniana Tasawa, Tono Tuea, Tono Tuea, Tono Tuea. Yasameya Nanayana Takawa, Tono Tukoea Kiana Saratasea, Tene Tiawa, Tene Tiawa. Tene Tiawa, Tene Tiawa. From my soul to yours. Blessings, beautiful ones. I understood the language in my being, reference, trusting your inner knowing, trusting the messages of your soul and trusting your heart. You are a sovereign being of light, dear one. A sovereign, beautiful, powerful being of light. May you remember fully who you are. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you guys for being here. Truly. If you have any questions or feedback, any comments, please feel free to write me, reach out. I'm always here. I thank you. I thank you, beautiful one. Thank you so much. My love to each and every one of you. Blessings. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I love you.